All righty. Welcome, everyone. If you can please take your seats, we're going to get started. And right now, I would like to bring up our Girl Scout troops to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. They are from groups 1402, 282, and 6702.
Color guard attention. Graduates, the flag will be passing down the side aisle and the flag will be posted on the left. Color guard advance. Color guard salute the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard dismissed.
So 8 years ago today, I actually joined the GDA family, and I could not be more proud and excited to be part of such a great organization. So much has changed in just the 8 years that I've been here, and we are really working hard to make this year, to make our programs better. A lot of times with change comes some challenges, right? But all of our staff and volunteers have really taken that on and are really ready to move forward and make things great here. I really do believe that by embracing all these changes, that 2022 is going to be a great year for us here at GDA. So there are just a couple of groups that I want to thank before we get started here. The first group, if you are a breeder host, can you please stand? Yay. So just so you guys know, these guys host all of our breeding stock so that we can get future generations of guide dogs and service dogs, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much. Another big round of applause. Next, I want to thank our nursery volunteers. So if you are a nursery volunteer, please go ahead and stand up. We have a lot of them. Puppy huggers, overnighters, whelpers. These overnighters and whelpers, they're the ones that are coming out throughout the night because, you know, none of our breeders want to give birth between 8 and 4:30. It must be somewhere in their contract. So these guys help us out to make sure that we have happy and healthy deliveries. So thank you guys. And next, I want to thank this next special group of people. We could not do what we do without you guys. And if you are an area leader, please stand up. These guys are amazing. They are leading monthly meetings, teaching puppy classes, leading outings, really helping the canine development staff to support all of our puppy raisers. So another big round of applause for all of our area leaders. And then last but certainly not least, if you are a puppy raiser, please go ahead and stand on up. We could not do what we do without you guys. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We would not be standing here today celebrating these new 6 teams without all the hard work and dedication that you guys have put into these dogs. And just a reminder, you know, it takes a lot to be a guide dog or a service dog. And if you've puppy raised and you've never made it up onto the stage, please don't. That doesn't take anything away from what you have done, all right? You still have given a part to this organization. We want you to continue doing what you're doing because we know it's a hard job. So let's give one other big round of applause to all of our puppy raisers. And then I want to give a quick thanks to our 2 instructors from this class. Sean and Sydney, you're going to hear from them here shortly. These guys have really dedicated the last 3 weeks to prepare these students to go home and start their new adventures together. So another big round of applause for Sean and Sydney. And then, of course, we got to get some cute in here. So I'm going to be introducing Stephanie Coleman, who's going to talk to you about being a puppy raiser.
Good morning, everybody. Match teams of Class 419. Congratulations to the graduates, the proud puppy raisers, and everyone in our community who plays a role in making these teams happen. It's days like this that remind us really what's possible when we work together to transform lives through service dogs. For those of you that don't know me, I am Stephanie Coleman, and I'm the puppy program coordinator. And it is my job to find the amazing volunteers who help us raise these puppies, like this one. And to all of you in the audience today and those of you watching at home, thank you. Without raising puppies, this wouldn't be possible. Days like today wouldn't be possible. You know, it's always a challenge to make sure we have enough puppy raisers. Puppy raising is not your garden variety volunteer gig. It's not driving to the library once a week to read to kids or driving to the shelter once a week to walk a shelter dog. It's being responsible for a puppy 24/7 for a little more than a year, during which time you know you're gonna fall in love, how can you not, with a dog that, if all goes as planned, it's not your dog to keep. But remember, without you, days like today would not be possible. You know, as we continue to crawl out of the grip of the pandemic, we are finding ourselves struggling to make sure we have enough puppy raisers. After 2 years of canceled plans, when the world shut down, people naturally want to take a little break and enjoy life and be able to have the freedom to do all the things that we couldn't do during COVID. But remember, without you, days like today aren't possible. So if you recently raised a puppy during the pandemic, you know that the pandemic limited a lot of what we were able to provide in terms of the puppy raising experience. We weren't able to offer as many of the in-person meetings and classes and our famous Saturday class and the on-campus events like open house, thankfully back this year. And when the kennel was closed for construction, we know that made it a little bit harder to quickly and easily make arrangements for the dog in your care when you maybe needed a little bit of a break. We so appreciate how graciously y'all hung in there and still did the work to help us make days like today possible. So we understand that you might be looking to take a little bit of a break, but please don't wait too long. Mother Nature has been very generous and has gifted us with a lot of puppies. A lot of puppies. So whether your pandemic puppy was your first or your 31st, we really hope that you'll come back to raise sooner rather than later so that we can make sure every adorable puppy, like this one, meets a fabulous puppy raiser, and so that together we can continue to make teams come true. It's an honor to work with each and every one of you. All of you who open your homes and hearts to these puppies, thank you all for your amazing work, for loving the dogs, for supporting the program the way that you do. And remember, it's because of you that today, days like today are possible. Now, the most important question, who's ready for some puppy breath? Thank you. And I almost forgot. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Russ Gitlin, President and Director of GDA.
She has a tough job. She has to make sure all these dogs get adopted out. It's not easy. She's looking for help. So please, if you feel like you want your furniture eaten, you want to get up in the middle of the night and let the dog out, but you get lots of love for all that, sign up. It's the best job you'll ever have. I can tell you that firsthand because I'm raising my own puppy right now, and I know I have more respect for puppy raisers now than I ever did. I can guarantee you that one. Listen, there's a lot going on. A few people. We hired about 15 people since the beginning of the year, and we did that because this is the year of the programs. This is the year of where we have now, this campus is completely rehabbed. thanks to you and all your beautiful donations. As you go and look around, there's not a spot in this campus that hasn't been touched since over the last 6 years. And we just finished. We just finished the kennel area, all paid for. We're not in debt, so don't worry about it. But we want to thank you for that, and we want to tell you this is the year where we made a mission that we're gonna go ahead and work on the programs and get them 100% tight. What does that mean? We joined in with TLC a while back, 2020, January 2020. We're still putting the finishing touches on how we merge that totally into the GDA household. That's coming along good. We're working with the prisons, going into new prison systems and seeing if that works. We're working with new puppy raisers. We put in three new instructors on to help out with the puppy raising, and I think that out there, the audience, you guys agreeing that that's a good move. We're enjoying that a little bit. We got Mindy and we got some other folks we brought on board. I think that's going to help you guys raise puppies even better than we already were. So we're excited about the direction we're going. This is the year where we put a lot of time into developing the absolute best dog we can, and making it work even better, and making, most importantly to you guys, is making your donor dollars stretch further, because that's the ultimate goal. That's why we put a lot of money into the science of getting good puppies. That's why we put a lot of money into the training, because the less drop dogs, as much as you guys like to have a dog back in the household, the less drop dogs, the more further your money goes. So that's what we're trying to do here, and it's coming along. And thank you to everybody involved. It's great to be back. I got to put my glasses on, guys. It's great to be back here. It's great to be in the fresh open air. It's great to be here without a mask on. And I want to welcome the first graduating class of 2022. Not only is it great to be back here, but we celebrate the 6 new guide dog teams. How about a big round of applause for these folks? They worked hard for 3 weeks now. They've been every day. In case you don't know how it works, for the past 3 weeks, they've been working very hard every day, going out, learning their routes, learning their dogs, training. A lot of them have already had dogs, but they come back and they get refresher. It's not an easy job. They did it, and they did it in style. I'm proud of you guys, and I look forward to hearing the stories in the future. This past Christmas, Diane and I welcomed a puppy into our home, and he's my pride and joy. I love him just like you guys love your puppies. Ernie's his name. We lost our German Shepherd, who was absolutely the love of my life, and we decide we're going to get another dog pretty much immediately, because we're dog people. And she says, I want a puppy. What the hell are you going to get a puppy for? I can get a dog that's trained, will sit, will never, it's going to be totally great. And she says, no, I want a puppy because, I haven't done that in a long time, and I want the joy of raising a puppy and all. Well, he's eating my whole table. He ate my $2,000 table the other day. He eats socks left and right. He is just totally, if you looked at my hand last week, it looked like I'd been through a meat slicer. But we love him. And I think that when Stephanie was up here showing you that puppy, you can enjoy that love too. We enjoy every day. He makes us smile. Every day it's fun having a dog in our lives. We're the type of people, though, that can't be without a dog. But hopefully we got some people out there that can't be without a dog either. We can provide that same love for you. You just got to give it back in a year. All right? When considering a dog to get, Diane and I were at odds. She wanted a puppy. I wanted an older dog. You know how that one went. My furniture's chewed up. My house is destroyed. He peed all over the place. But it's all good. I got every jacket I have now has a blue bag in it, and So I think the point of everything of that is how much I appreciate my puppy raisers. How much this has brought me. I've always say that. I always stand up here and I always tell you guys, I appreciate you, and I love you, and I think what you do is amazing and thoughtless. We're not giving this dog back. We don't have that, but it makes me appreciate so much what you do and how hard it is what you do, because you kind of forget. You got a dog. He doesn't nip at you anymore. He doesn't destroy your house. It's something you guys really do, doing that, raising a puppy and making it possible for these 6 students here to have a dog. So a big round of applause for the puppy raisers here. It's amazing. Jamie would kill me if I don't say it. The breeder keepers, I got to mention you guys because even though he's not a puppy anymore, you still hold that dog. You're still dealing with that. We appreciate you. Big round of applause for those breeder keepers. So Diane prevails, and we got the dog. He reminds us every day of the joy that these dogs bring into our lives. Their vital role as man's best friend. The dogs we train at GDA do some spectacular things. Guide dogs know how to watch for traffic. Service dogs can open doors and turn off lights. But the one thing that's understated about their abilities is the happiness they bring to our lives. These dogs will mean the most to our graduate with the love and the confidence and the hope they provide. It's immeasurable. It's that is probably one of the most. That's one of they guide, and we know that. But the love they bring into the lives of these people are just you just can't measure it. But through time, their impact will make them important to more than just their handlers. They become the staple of your family, the mascots in your office, and famous members of your community. These dogs are more than just mobility tools. They are true joy, bringing smiles to faces and everyone they meet. So again, I want to congratulate the 6 of you to your new chapter in your life, one filled with new adventures, new friends, and plenty of happiness. And I'd also like to say again, thank you to all the puppy raisers, volunteers, and donors. This is why we do what we do. It transforms the lives of many people. Sponsorships. Most of our money comes from sponsorships. People leave us money, the unions that support us, corporations that support us. Sponsorships are very important, and we have one team sponsorship today. That is from our good friend Sandy Bennett. She is sponsoring the team of Teresa Blevins and her guide dog Delilah. Sandy unfortunately could not be here today, but I know she is watching live stream from her home in Kentucky. Sandy supports us in more ways than I can count. She's also currently sponsoring 7 puppies in training, and I'm sure she cannot wait to meet them. Sandy, you're an outstanding partner to GDA TLC, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all you do, and we hope that you are feeling better. How about a big giant? We have 3 student scholarships to award today, and would like to thank these terrific donors. Bob and Bertie Feldman have supported us for several years and have generously sponsored Mabel, as well as Charlene, Mabel O's, as well as Charlene Wills. They too have supported us greatly over many years, and today are represented by Marina and Dan Grube. I'm probably messing the name up. I apologize for that. Marnie and Dan Grew. Dan, would you please join me on stage? Hey guys, a big round of applause from Guide Dogs of America for the Student Scholarship. We present you this with a small token, but we really appreciate you guys, and if you want to say something, feel free.
Gosh, we're so happy to be here this morning. This is so much fun to see all of you amazing people who raise these dogs. It's just a beautiful thing, and these cute dogs, and we're so thrilled for the new partnerships and teams.
My name is Sean Childs. I had the pleasure of being the lead instructor in this class. Instructing alongside me was Sydney Fukushima. She's an aspiring trainer. Thank you, Sydney, for all of your hard work in this class, for both myself and the students. Could not have done this without you. I have a couple thank yous I'd like to do. I'd like to start thanking the GDA staff for helping us get class ready. In addition, I'd like to thank the dorm volunteers who came out over the weekends to give us instructors a necessary day off, starting with Linda Ruggles, Alicia Finesse, Melanie Anderson, Greg, I'm going to butcher this, sorry, Greg, and Sheila Treston. I'd also like to thank everybody at Visiting Angels. They are the assisted living organization that has helped us with all of the dorm amenities in here. Special thanks to Alicia, Manny, Alfredo, Jacob, and Vanessa for the smooth running and super clean dorm. Development. She was so gracefully to allow our students a conference room to get out of the weather and in between their walks. And last but not very least, I'd also like to thank Richard Lau and Missy and Joe Staten, sorry, for they will be taking our last students to Burbank and LAX early in the morning tomorrow. Thank you guys. So class 419 joins us from all around the United States. Their ages range from 21 to 74 years young. These 6 students had a lot to learn in 3 short weeks here. Most of the students receiving their 2nd or 3rd or 7th guide dog. One of our students received her first very guide dog and pet dog. Over the last couple of weeks, each student has learned how to work and manage their dogs independently and are ready to move on to the next journey in life. Therefore, we are here today for graduation of these 6 individuals and their new co-pilots. In the end, I would like to give you guys a quote from Hans Christian Andersen: "To travel is to live." Now go out into the world, and live a great adventure. Congratulations, 419. So our first student that we'd like to introduce is Deborah DeBandy, better known as Dusty. Dusty is 64 years young and is from Jefferson City, Missouri. Dusty was paired with McCoy, a yellow Labrador retriever, who was raised by Mary and Leonard Kenny of the South Bay Group, represented today by Mary. There you go, Dusty.
Oh. Well, I'm McCoy and this is Dusty. Wait a minute. Dusty and McCoy. Okay, got to break the ice. I just want to say we really appreciate everybody who came together to make this miracle happen for us. I thank you and we thank you.
Congratulations to Dusty and McCoy. Dusty gave her card to me, and it says, "Happy, joyous, and free. Life is a journey, not a destination." And I think we can all agree with that. Dusty, you're getting a wonderful dog. You're getting a dog. Well, you did ask me whether McCoy had any quirks, and I did think of one after we met, which is that he really likes sofas. He was never allowed to be on furniture at my house, but when I wasn't paying attention, he would sneak onto the sofa and make himself comfortable. So beware. Dusty, you are getting a wonderful dog. You're getting a dog with 2 talents. McCoy, of course, is a guide dog, and he will keep you safe. But he is also a great companion dog. Puppy raisers have things happen to them while they are raising puppies. I was diagnosed with breast cancer while we had McCoy. He saw me through surgery and radiation treatment. Luckily, in my case, the cancer was caught early and seems to be cured. We also went through the pandemic of We also went through the pandemic, of course. Being over 65, we were confined to our home during the initial stage of the pandemic. You have a picture of my husband Leonard, McCoy, and a basket of Easter eggs. We were unable to celebrate Easter with our family, and it was just 3 of us and the basket of eggs. I told McCoy that he was my emotional support dog, and he did a great job. I think of McCoy in 2 different ways. First, he is the little engine that could. He overcame a lot of challenges during his puppyhood, among them being rehomed, but he kept on going and ended up here today. He will be the little engine that could for you and never hesitate in his mission to keep you safe. Second, he reminds me of Cary Grant. He has long legs and is a very graceful dog. So I felt like I was being escorted around town by Cary Grant when we went out. You will be bringing a Hollywood dog back to Jefferson City. I would like to point out that this dog is the result of the efforts of many, many people. McCoy is a South Bay dog, and the South Bay puppy raisers were there for him as a puppy and will continue to follow his career in Missouri with interest and love. Brian and Nancy Matthews are the ideal leaders for the South Bay puppy raisers, and I would like to thank them for their help and support at every moment along the way. The kennel staff was always courteous and helpful. Brooke Patterson and Chris Medina were always so very kind to Leonard and me. Stephanie Coleman, the puppy program coordinator, is very patient with both puppies and puppy raisers. And Hannah Bellier is such a great trainer, so creative, and makes better dog handlers of all of us. A message to any future puppy raisers out there: if you do decide to go ahead, you will not only make many wonderful dog friends, but also meet some wonderful people along the way. So Dusty and McCoy, good luck to you as you write the next chapter in your journey.
Next, I'd like to introduce Matthew Cooper. Matthew is a 29-year-old from Campbell, California, located in the San Jose area. This is his 5th guide dog and 2nd from GDA. He's an electrical engineer with the Apple Company. Matthew loves the outdoors and spending time with family. He has had a guide dog who were taught, he had guide dogs who were taught in French, and parts of his teaching for his new dog will be in French too. It'll be a bilingual team eventually. Matthew was paired with a black Labrador Retriever, Walker, who was raised by Mark and Becky Rabiletti and family, represented today by Mackenzie from the South Bay Company.
All right, thank you. As Sean said, I've had 5 dogs, 3 different schools. So over the years, I've experienced different breeds, different training programs. Of course, as we all say, every dog is very different. But when it came time to look at getting my 5th dog, the choice was easy. It was GDA. For one reason, and that's quality. Quality of the breeding program that people work so hard to run here, the dogs that come out of it, quality of the training and the instructors, the puppy raisers that get the dogs to training, and the facilities here. I mean, I can tell even in the last 5 years, the work that's gone in, as they said. This school really puts it all together, makes a lot happen. These dogs are a unique thing for us. It's not just a guide, it's not even just a companion. But there's something with every dog that they go through life's adventure. My 3rd dog graduated high school and college. My 4th dog was with me when I was able to purchase my first home. They're all part of these big stages of life, and I cannot wait to see what happens with Walker. We'll be on the journey together, and I can't wait to see what it includes. Thank you all.
Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie and I help raise Walker. He's been a joy since the day we picked him up. He was the easiest puppy we've ever had. We want to thank everyone involved in GDA who helped us along the way and his wonderful sponsors, Sepulveda Building Materials. I remember the first day we got Walker, we put him in the backyard and the first thing he did was lay in the shade and slept the whole day. People ask me, how can you give back a puppy after having such a bond with him? I tell them it's really hard and sad, but I know he's destined for bigger things. He can change someone's life. We were really happy to meet Matt on Thursday. He's the perfect partner for Walker, and I know he'll do great things together. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Mabel Wu. Mabel is a 21-year-old from Rancho Cucamonga, California. She is studying psychology at Cal Lutheran and lives on campus during school. She is currently finishing up her BA this May and is starting her master's program next year, also at Cal Lu. Chrissy is not only her first guide dog, but she is also Mabel's first dog ever. Chrissy is a black Labrador Retriever female who is raised by the Debbie and Scott Oppenheim of San Fernando Valley, represented today by Debbie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mabel. I am a Southern California local. I am currently a college student, as Sean said, and as was also said before, I am also a first-time dog owner. We'll let the plane go by. As I said, I am a first-time dog owner, and this is also my first time owning a pet of any kind. I have never owned a pet in my entire life, not even a fish. And I think my parents are more terrified than I am. I remember I showed my grandmother, who's, a tiny, petite woman and doesn't speak English. I showed her Chrissy over FaceTime last week, and she goes, "That dog is terrifying." And I was like, oh my God, I am going to have a wonderful time. But I have to say, I was, as you might imagine, I was super nervous. I had no idea how to groom a dog, how to brush a dog's teeth, how do I pick up the dog poop, like what do I do? Please help. And Sean and Sydney over here have been amazing. I chose the school because, well, one, I'm local, so it was great to be able to receive vet care, free of charge here on campus. But it was also great because, as Matthew said in his speech, also the quality, the instructors, the staff. Even during the admissions process, Greg Steinmetz was wonderful in helping me, fill out paperwork, get things done, and it was amazing. And I'm pretty happy to say that, it's my first guide dog, and I'm happy to see what adventures will go on, college, I'll probably graduate with my master's degree with Chrissy also in the future, and yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you.
Well, our wishes have come true. We're all here back with our GDA family again, and of course to celebrate Mabel and Chrissy and all the other teams today. On behalf of my husband Scott and I, we feel privileged and honored to be able to be puppy raisers for Guide Dogs of America. Chrissy is the 12th puppy that we've raised and the 5th one who has graduated as a guide dog. I do feel that there's a reason that dogs have a way of finding the people they belong with. For Chrissy, there are so many people who made this possible. The GDA staff, the volunteers, the puppy department, the nursery, the kennel, the vets, all of our puppy raisers, our family, our friends, our coworkers, the businesses in our community. We had Hannah and Carol Ann, our heroes, set up virtual puppy classes, virtual training, instructions for puppy raising. Puppies still needed to be raised. So our little pandemic puppy here, Chrissy, was really our silver lining during this terrible time in our world when there was so much sadness, so much unknown. She brought joy to our life every single day. So Chrissy didn't skip a beat. She just kept on training, and when she went in for formal training, of course, we missed her very much. We had a very unusual, lucky, rare puppy raiser experience when she got to come home a couple of times for a few weeks while the kennel floors were being renovated. And then we got to see what she was really able to do as a guide dog. In training, we always felt like she would be a guide dog. I say this from the bottom of my heart. If you're out here today or watching and you're even considering or thinking about raising a puppy, definitely do it. For Scott and I, this process has been just amazing. We have a lifetime dedication to Guide Dogs of America. We will continue to raise, and we love what we do here. Mabel, we know that you'll treasure Chrissy, love her, and take care of her like we do. And we wish you the very best as she takes you along the rest of your journey. She'll love going to college with you. She'll love graduating with you again. And she'll be a great sidekick when you become a trauma therapist. Congratulations.
All right. And next we have Richard Salazar, second dog, both from GDA. He works as a life coach through the North Valley Regional Center. Richard enjoys the outdoors, hiking especially, and traveling with his girlfriend. Richard was paired with male yellow lab golden retriever cross Higgins, who is raised by Debbie and Larry Cross from the Ventura Puppy Group, represented today by Debbie.
So I'll keep this short and sweet. I don't know, or I can't express to anyone how eternally grateful I am to GDA, to the puppy raisers, to everyone, what they have done for me. My independence, my confidence. Yeah, they've done a lot. I can never thank everyone here enough. Yeah.
The hardest part of puppy raising is standing on stage. I'm so proud of Higgins and I'm glad to be here. As with our children, as they grow up and had the courage to fly, along with my husband Larry, we feel we're good parents. I would like to acknowledge and thank Higgins' sponsor, Rewards Dental. They are located in Washington State. Our sponsors are very important to the success of Guide Dogs of America and tender loving canines. These pups had a great start with lots of love and support from our group leaders and puppy raisers, our friends, family, and the guide dog program here. Higgins and 4 other pups were known as the fabulous Florida Five. They were born in Florida and driven back to California with their mother. At this time, they are all still in the GDA TLC program. 2 are learning great things in TLC, and 2 are having babies to pass on this great line. Higgins, and then there's Higgins. He's our 4th puppy we raised. He didn't know he had big shoes to fill, but he stepped up and we're proud of him. This over-jumpy boy was raised with people from all ages, from 1 to 94. Somehow he seemed to know where everyone's limits were. Larry's dad's here with us today. With the exception of my mom, he could not accept the fact she did not like him to lick her. Higgins is a loving boy with lots of energy. He is really very funny. He even gets the kennel techs laughing. He loves to chase other dogs and he loves to be chased by other dogs and bite them on the butt to get them to chase him. He knows he's fast and can outmaneuver him. At home, he loved to sit on the stairs and bug whoever was trying to sit there with him. He watched everyone and everything around him. I started this journey about 8 years ago and involved my family and friends, whether they liked it or not. All of us have learned how we can give something up we work hard with and love so much to bring such joy to others. We also know reasons we can raise these wonderful smart dogs. I'm sure Richard has already seen the silly side of Higgins. We're looking forward to seeing them develop a great bond as working partners and wish them the best of times in their travel. Oh, Richard, I forgot to tell you, don't be surprised if he's always in the bathtub.
right. And next we have Charlene Wills. Charlene is 74 years old from Bend, Oregon. She is a retired transcriber and is now an avid outdoors person and sports person in general. During COVID, she completed a half marathon on her treadmill. This is her 7th guide dog and her 5th from GDA. Charlene was paired with female black Labrador Retriever Toddy, who was raised by April Gonzalez and family of the Inland Empire Puppy Group, represented today by April.
Well, I have always liked active, lively, excitable, cannonball like dogs. And my hot toddy, as some of you are noticing, fits the bill wonderfully. I got my first guide dog from GDA. At the time it was called International Guiding Eyes in 1985. And all my dogs since then have come from there or here or from a trainer that was here. I had one dog whose trainer was mine here. Then he went to Israel to set up his own guide dog school, and he promised to train me a dog when I needed a new one, and he kept his word. So I got one dog from Israel, and she was also bilingual. She learned everything in Hebrew, so did I have to learn it, and then she learned English. Anyway, but I have to say that for 2 years, I was without a guide dog harness and a companion, thanks to the pandemic and whatever else is going on in this world. And so when Greg called me to come to class, I was more than ecstatic. I cannot emphasize enough to each and every one of you what it means to us to have not only a guide who will guide us safely through horrendous traffic, snow, ice, and whatever else, but who gives unstintingly love and warmth and companionship. And we couldn't have that without all of you. So I thank everybody from the Gonzalez family to the sponsors to GDA staff, and I have to say especially to our trainers who did a wonderful job. Oh, no, you're on my left, I'm sorry.
I'm right here. I didn't want to get too close because she gets excited. So I'm a real firm believer in that dogs find you. This is our first guide dog puppy that we raised, and she's graduating. So we did something right. But we had a big loss before we got her. Our 19-year-old cat had passed, and our 15-year-old dog had passed, and we kind of had a big open space in our house. And so I told my husband, I'm going to do this thing, and he said, because he's always like, what now are you dragging me into? He's like, the rabbit, the cat, the 3 chickens, the 2 children, they're not enough. So we brought her home, and he was actually on a work trip, and he didn't get to meet her, and he had already kind of set his mind to, I'm not going to like her. And he saw her, and he went, I mean, she was just the most adorable thing. We were looking at pictures last night, and it's hard to believe that she was this big. Like I mentioned, our house is very full. She had interactions with everybody and anybody. Her biggest challenge was just learning to relax. So I didn't have to work with walking her. She had great stamina. I didn't have to work with her being friendly. And because she was exposed to all these animals, everything and anybody was friend to her. What we had to do a lot of was sitting on a bench in the middle of nowhere while people walked by. You know, so it's true. She is a hot toddy. I don't know. The name came to us, and like I said, dogs find you. She found us, and then from spending some time with Charlene, I know that she found the perfect match. She is a strong-willed female. You know, she very much knows women rule the world, and she's going to go out there and show everybody just what she can do. I wanted to thank my husband for letting me do it, and my kids for helping me with anything and everything. They lost a couple of toys. They lost a couple of legs to beds. It was all good. Anyways, but thank you very much, and congratulations, Charlene and Toddy.
All right. And lastly, but certainly not least, is Teresa Blevins. Teresa is 61 years old and is from Enterprise, Alabama. This is Teresa's fourth guide dog, all from GDA. Teresa is a retired member of the IAM and travels frequently with her husband, Tony, who is the special assistant to the IAM International President and former IAM International Aerospace Coordinator. Tony was also an active U.S. active duty Marine and U.S. Army officer. Teresa enjoys jewelry making and loves being involved in GDA fundraisers. Teresa was paired with female yellow Labrador Retriever Delilah, who was raised by Lauren and Karen Troutman from the South Bay Puppy Group, represented today by Lauren.
Hello, everyone. She's excited. I know she can feel it in my hand, too. Crying. I'm sorry. And first of all, I would like to say we lost a good friend this year, Nate Israelson. He actually took in my retired guide dog, Asia, and him and his wife, Jerry, sponsored a lot of GDA puppies, and we're really going to miss them. I'd also like to thank Sandy Bennett for sponsoring me this year. I'm so sorry that she couldn't be here, but I really do appreciate you, Sandy. I would like to thank all of the puppy raisers, because without you, we would not be able to be here. Delilah. I would like to thank all of the volunteers, sponsors, fundraisers, everyone who's involved that makes this, the village, the team, everyone who's involved, because it takes a special village and team to make this possible. I appreciate each and every one of you. I also would like to thank our military for being out there to help protect us. This school is a wonderful school. I am proud to be someone that can go out and let people know exactly what GDA does and what their fundraisers do to help provide these dogs for individuals at no cost to them. That is a remarkable thing that they do. And the puppies that they raise are wonderful. The instructors here are dedicated to make sure that each team gets whatever they need here to be able to go out into this world and be confident and mobile to get out there and do whatever they want to do, to continue to just do whatever they want to do. And that's just awesome. And I just thank, like I said, each and every one of you. And I always end my speech with a song. So if you would like to stand, you can stand. If you like to remain seated, you can remain seated. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the valleys, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home.
Delilah with my mom, Karen. First, I wanted to thank everyone who helped us get to this point, from Hannah to Sean and Sydney, her trainers here, Stephanie, the kennel staff, and of course our amazing area leaders, Brian and Nancy, for helping us the whole way with training and answering any and every question that we've had. And as a first-time puppy raiser, we've had a lot. It is very bittersweet that this day is here already. Sorry. Me and my mom took a chance to raise a guide dog without knowing how hard, tiring, yet rewarding it would be. We had Delilah for almost 2 years before we turned her in, and during that time, we not only helped her grow to be a successful guide dog, but she helped us as well. She was such a light in our lives, and she definitely helped me grow more as a person than I could have ever imagined. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to raise such an amazing, sweet, mischievous, and stubborn girl, as you saw. And she always kept us on our toes. I am so happy that she matched with such an amazing person, as you can see. And it is so comforting to know that she'll be in such good hands with your family. Teresa, I know you will, but please give her so much love, as you already are, and her favorite, peanut butter, because she deserves it. We will miss you so much, but we can't wait to see all the adventures that you two will go on. She's going to get more travel miles than I ever will. And good luck and congratulations to both of you as you learn to navigate life as a team. Thank you.
Just want to congratulate Class 419 again. You are now ready to go out and create new adventures and memories.
Please remember, we are just a phone call away. That's part of our family here, right? So you're all a part of our big family now. Go out and conquer the world with your new partners. At this time, I'm going to ask that everybody please remain seated while we let the class head back. They're going to go give those dogs a relief time since they got all excited. So we'll go ahead. Class is dismissed. While they are exiting, I do have a couple of announcements. First off, our store inside of the VEC building, which is directly behind you, is open. So please go in there and take a look. See what you want to buy. And then if you are interested, we do have some short tours going on that are going to happen right after the graduation, after the class gets out of here. If you look over to my left, your right, Sharon is waving her hand over there. So we're going to meet underneath the trellis right by the off-leash area, and we'll get you guys going on a tour. We want to thank everybody for coming out today. Let's give one more big round of applause for Class 419.